Once upon a time, in a dense forest, there lived a squirrel named Sammy. Sammy was a very sad squirrel, often found quietly shedding tears while perched on a tree branch. One day, a wise forest goddess noticed Sammy's sorrow as she walked by. The goddess asked Sammy, "Why are you crying, little one?" Sniffling, Sammy replied, "Oh, wise one, I am so unhappy. I have a tiny little nest, no one cares for me, and life seems so dull and uneventful." The goddess listened compassionately to Sammy's woes. She said, "We should learn to find happiness within ourselves, no matter what circumstances we find ourselves in." Sammy didn't quite grasp the goddess's words and continued crying. The goddess then suggested, "Tell me, Sammy, if you could be any other animal, what would you choose to be? I can fulfill that wish for you." Eyes lighting up with hope, Sammy replied, "Oh, blessed one, if I had a choice, I would love to be an eagle. Flying high in the sky, feeling the wind beneath my wings, it must be such a thrilling experience." The goddess smiled and said, "Very well, Sammy. Before I grant your wish, go and find an eagle and ask if it is truly happy with its life. Return to me with your findings." Excited, Sammy scampered off in search of an eagle. After a long journey, he found one soaring majestically through the skies. Sammy approached the eagle and exclaimed, "Oh, beautiful eagle, you can fly so high and see this world from above. You must be the happiest bird in the world." To Sammy's surprise, the eagle replied, "Oh, little squirrel, while it may seem incredible to soar through the skies, my wings are burdened with responsibility. I have to hunt for food and protect my territory from other animals. It is not as carefree as it might appear." Feeling disheartened, Sammy asked the eagle if it knew of any other bird that might be happier. The eagle suggested, "Why don't you go and meet the wise owl? He might have a different perspective to share." Following the eagle's advice, Sammy ventured deeper into the forest and found the wise owl perched on a branch. Sammy approached and shared his previous experiences. Owl listened attentively and then said, "Oh, young one, while it is true that I possess great wisdom, I am also burdened by the expectation to always have the right answers. It can be quite overwhelming at times." Feeling confused, Sammy asked the owl if he knew of any bird that might be genuinely happy. Owl paused momentarily before saying, "Have you ever met the contented hummingbird? He might possess the happiness you seek." Determined, Sammy continued his search until he found the hummingbird flitting from flower to flower, savoring the nectar. Sammy approached and eagerly asked, "Hey, dear, with your vibrant colors and joyful presence, are you not the happiest bird of all?" Hummingbird paused, his wings momentarily still, and said, "Oh, dear Sammy, while I do enjoy the sweet nectar and the beauty of the flowers, I am always on the move, constantly in search of sustenance. It can be quite exhausting." Perplexed and disheartened, Sammy sat on a branch, wondering if there was a bird out there that genuinely possessed happiness. "If you are unhappy, then whom do you think is the happiest in this forest?" Sammy asked the hummingbird. "You, dear squirrel, seem to be the most fortunate creature in this forest. Gathering seeds and nuts, you diligently store them in the soil. Occasionally you may forget them, yet these seeds promptly sprout into vibrant new plants and towering trees. Your role as a seed and spore disperser is crucial to the ecological balance of our forest, ensuring its perpetual verdant beauty. Indeed, you are truly blessed in this woodland realm, contributing to its continuous renewal and vitality." That day, for the first time, Sammy felt a newfound joy in being a squirrel. Suddenly, the goddess's words echoed in his mind. Sammy realized that the answer lay within himself. Returning to the wise forest goddess, Sammy said, "Oh, wise one, I have traveled far and wide, meeting different birds in search of happiness. But in the end, I have come to realize that happiness cannot be found by comparing ourselves to others. It lies within us, in accepting and embracing who we are." The goddess smiled and nodded, saying, "Indeed, my dear Sammy, comparisons only bring forth sorrow. The happiest person is the one who finds contentment in their own unique journey. Embrace your life as a squirrel, cherish the simple joys it brings, and you shall find true happiness." With these wise words, Sammy's sadness melted away. From that day forward, he appreciated the beauty of his forest home, the comfort of his small but cozy nest, and his friendships with fellow creatures. And so Sammy, the once sad squirrel, lived a joyful life, reminding himself and others that true happiness comes from within. This heartfelt story teaches us that our true happiness cannot be found by comparing ourselves to others. The key to happiness lies in embracing our unique journeys, finding contentment in who we are, and cherishing life's simple joys. Let us learn to be happy in what we have rather than focusing on what we lack. If you found this story inspiring, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more motivational tales.